here we are with the much delayed part 4 of the Suzuki Bandit revival. Ta-da! We're not quite finished yet.
Well, there has been progress. The bike has moved from here, pushed to the middle of the garage. Bit of a mess there, but I can see there's a lot more room when we do that. Now, a lot of the work was done a couple of weekends ago when my friends of coming up to 40 years are more or less like brothers to me, and an old friend I had not seen for years. Between the four of us and the dog who made 5, our Tommy, we had a Jolly Boys weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't video what we did. It was a fun weekend, lots of laugh, lots of catching up, and a fair amount of work on the bike as well. That there is the new cylinder head on, and to prove it, over here is the old cylinder head. We cracked on. There was a lot of work done, as I say, and all I can do is apologise, but pop in a few stills around about here. A few goodies as ordered arrived the other day, so I'm going to crack on and change the spark plugs. We did check for spark. Cylinders 1 and 4 not getting all that warm on fire up. In fact, the bike, well, we did start her up, but she coughed and farted. So we're going to check the coils, connections, or what have you. We were rather meticulous in rebuilding the bike, and we did find one heifer lump trap. Now, between the airbox and the carb are these spacers, and when you remove the spacers they all look the same. Well, they are not. They are slightly different. 80mm, I think it was 80mm, 85mm spacing, and of course when we put the spacers back on, there's no obvious markings on them. We were out of kilter. Now, the brains trust between the four of us did a lot of measuring, double measuring. No, the inlet manifold would not marry up to the carb and to the airbox. It's a pity I didn't take a photograph at the time, but these individual spacers, they are different. There's 2 pairs but no obvious markings, but a flipping long number embossed at the bottom. Yes, you've got up to indicate top on each one of them, but how do you tell the difference? Well, in the middle of the string of numbers, you'll find either a 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4, and that indicates, obviously from this side, where the spacers live. Once we crack that one, and I haven't seen it mentioned in YouTube videos, and certainly not mentioned in the workshop manual, that they are flipping different. So be in mind of that. So the recommended plugs are JR9B. The electrode gap is between 6 and 7. 0.6, 0.7 mil. And be aware that because of the scarcity of these things, there will be a lot on selling sites which are basically knockoffs, and I do understand that some motor factors they've actually erased these from their stock. Right, finding you somewhere to live. We'll see if this does the trick or whether further investigation is required. This is what we had over the weekend. I'm just going to set this on prime. She wants to. We've got a fuel issue there. That's peeling out like nothing. Houston, I think we may have a stock issue. Can you see that dripping from the stopcock? I think therein lies our issue. Not unknown on these. Although that's the first time I've seen it. Yep, definitely we have a petcock issue. Now I know these were troublesome even back in the day. There are service kits available. Some I read change for a completely different petcock altogether. Also negating the use of a vacuum feed from cylinder 3 for the fuel. But as I say, that is rather disappointing. But there's still a couple of jobs I can do. There's a bolt here missing. We don't know where the heck it went. And the other thing to be aware of, we've replaced the OEM manifold bolts, the outlet manifold bolts for stainless steel bolts with a nut on the end, and as luck would have it, we had 8 bolts and 7 nuts, so questionable as to whether you'd actually be able to find a spare nut somewhere. But lo and behold, men are right if they keep boxes of screws and bolts in their garages in a tin for years. Raking around the ones that I had there, which are numeral, lots of them. This one found the perfect match, and that's the one. So luck was on my side there, but all I can do is just clean up here, do a bit more research into petcocks, try and find a decent service kit, and play another day.